The following video is proudly presented by MightyOxTrading. Hello everybody and welcome to MightyOxTrading. I of course am the Mighty Ox, and in today's video we're going to talk about MyFundedFutures, or more specifically, which of the three plans that MyFundedFutures now offers is best for you. MyFundedFutures, of course, at the beginning of this month came out with a third plan type they call Starter Plus. So now they have three to choose from. And of course, I do consider MyFundedFutures my #1 recommended firm. So I do believe you should have MyFundedFutures accounts in your prop firm portfolio. They allow 3 accounts, and I think you should have 3. So let's find out which 3 would be best for you. Let's go to that beautiful bean footage. Anyway, sorry. So first of all, why is MyFundedFutures my #1 firm? Real quick. Economical. Usually they're in the top 5 most inexpensive. They're almost always the cheapest, 50K all-in price. They have a path to live. This is going to become very important as CME regulations come down. I really believe that firms are going to have a path to live in order to pass CME muster. We haven't talked much about the whole regulation thing. We'll be talking about that more in the coming weeks. Number 3, their evals are pretty easy. Even on the expert plans, they're decently easy. Not many rules to follow. You can full port, all that good stuff. 1-day pass. There's no minimum trading days, all that. CEO is pretty approachable. He's not going to tell you to go screw off or anything like that. He's on my Discord. He's open to answering questions as long as people are respectful to him. And if you're not, you'll hear from me, because I don't want to see the reps of these programs get disrespected while they're on my Discord. Anyway, and they're constantly improving. They're constantly bringing out new plans. Talk about another new plan that's going to be competing with straight to funded, but not exactly straight to funded in the coming weeks. I think by the end of the month. So be interested to see what that is. They're coming out different ways to pay. Recently added Plaid, etc. Lots of good changes there. And they have lightning fast payouts. There's literally people getting paid out within minutes of their request. And of course, if it's 2 a.m. and you request then, you're probably not going to get paid out within minutes. During business hours, it seems like it's no more than half an hour and usually less than that. And that's really good. No waiting days or weeks like with some firms. So anyway, that's why they're my #1 right now. So let's look at why you should get something. So first of all, now this is the Starter Plus plans that I just talked about that they added on October 1st. You can see, I'm going to be honest, if you compare these plans to topstep's plans, they're pretty much the same. The only real difference is price. Starter Pluses all in are cheaper than topstep. Remember, topstep has a funded setup fee. No funded setup fee with MyFundedFutures. So like a 50K on topstep is going to cost you $49 plus another $149, so $198. On MyFundedFutures is going to cost you $120. And the other thing is the path to live. On topstep, it's subjective. They can call you up when they feel like it, anytime between 5,000 and 50,000. With the Starter Plus and the starters, there's a finite amount you can make, depends on the account size, and then you get moved up automatically. Those are the only difference between the topstep plans. Topstep is great plans, and there's no reason not to, emulate them. So let's move on. Let's compare the 3 types of plans to let you know which of the 3 is best for you. So here we go. Now I compared to 50K because the 50K is more, the most popular. For the most part, you can just multiply by 2 and then by 3 to know what the 100 and 150Ks are. So the 50K on the starter is $80, $120 for the Starter Plus, and the $165 for the Expert. And remember, those are the regular retail prices. With code MOT, it's MOT, you always get 5% off. You'll also always get the best sale deal. So if there's a better deal, you'll get that with code MOT. Anyway, so let's look at the different attributes. We'll start with drawdown. See, the original starter is $2,500 in drawdown, whereas the Starter Plus and the Expert only has 2,000 in drawdown. So more drawdowns important than Starter is your deal. Profit target, 3,000 on both starters, but 4,000 on the Expert. Consistencies. Now in the Starter, you have none in the eval and you have 40% in the funded. And in the Starter Plus, though, it's 50% in the eval, but none in the funded account. And the Expert, there's none in either place. So that means the Starter Plus, you have to at least trade 2 days, more likely 3. Whereas in the Starter, you'll have to, you can pass in 1 day. And in the Expert, you can pass in 1 day. If you're not one of those people that try to pass in 1 day, then, that 50% consistency shouldn't bother you at all in the Starter Plus. And then you don't ever have to deal with the consistency rule at all in the funded account. Daily loss limit, 1250 in the Starter. Remember, it does not fail you, so it just locks you out for the day. There's none in the Starter Plus. There's none in the Expert. I don't have a problem with DLLs because as long as they don't fail you, because it's probably a good a good safeguard from going full tilt and blowing up. But if it's something that gets in your way, I can't say the other word all of a sudden, then obviously Starter Plus is better for you. This is the biggest one, I guess, with the Starter Plus, news trading. If you're one of those people that for some reason like to trade news, and when I say for some reason, I'm not judging, it's just not something that I do anymore. I did once, in the past. It's just not something I risk anymore. News trading is allowed in the Starter Plus on the funded account. It's not allowed on Starter, it's not allowed on Expert. It is allowed in the eval if you want to do it in the eval. But Starter Plus allows it in the funded account. You can trade news, hold through news, whatever you want to do. So if that's a big thing for you, then it's the Starter Plus is what you want to look at. There are scaling plans on both starters, none on the Expert. So there's no scaling plans in the evals anywhere. You can go full court. But in the funded accounts, yes. So you start off with 1 contract, go up to 2, go up to 3 on the 50K account. Max contracts is 3 on both starters for the 50K. And for the Expert, it's a max of 5. So if you like more contracts, I'm not sure anyone should be trading 5 contracts on a 50K, at least until you get a big balance anyway. But that's, again, I'm not judging. So yeah, you'll have to scale on the Starter and the Starter Plus. Micros, this is the one that's really confusing to me, I admit. I don't understand why it's 10-to-1 micros on the Starter, 5-to-1 on the Starter Plus, and the Expert is 1-to-1 when it's obvious. I know why Topstep does it because, their software was built before micros existed, but I don't understand why MyFundedFutures, since they obviously have the ability to do it, don't do 1-to-10 on all. I'll have to ask Matt one day. See what his answer is. Anyway, and of course the path to live. So in a 50K, once you've gotten to funded, sim funded, once you make $6,000, you're moving to live. It's 12,000 on the 100K, 18,000 on the 150K. That's for either the Starter or the Starter Plus. With the Expert, it's a subjective. It can be, as much as 25 to 35,000 from what I've heard. It can be lower than that. There's no set amount. So if you prefer to, just see what happens, then you want the Expert. If you want, to know when you're going to end up moving live, then you're going to want one of the starters. So now looking at that again, if no consistency in funded and news trading is your thing, then you're going to want the Starter Plus. If you don't care about consistency and you don't care about news trading, then you're going to want the Starter because it's cheaper. If you want almost no restrictions and a few more contracts, then you're going to want the Expert. Personally, for me, the starter is still the better thing for me because I don't care about news trading, and consistency rules don't bother me either. But again, I think it's great that MyFundedFutures has added options for everybody, so you can pick whichever one you prefer. Now, real quickly, one more thing we'll talk about, and that's the payout policies. Starter and the Starter Plus payout eligible is every 5 qualified trading days, and a qualified trading day qualifies if net profits on the day are $100 for 50K, $200 for 100, $300, or $300 depending on your account size, so for the 150K. So that means if you've made $100 in 5 days, you're eligible for a payout. The max payout every 5 days per account size, 1,200, 2,400, 30, it should be 3,600. I missed a zero there. Oops. Anyway, so, you know, so basically, 50K, you're looking at $6,000 until you move into live. So that'd be, 5 payouts, $1,200 each, but you don't have to take that max payout each time either. Minimum withdrawal is $250. And then again, you get moved to live after 6, 12, or 18K, or 30 winning days. So 30 qualified winning days. So the 100. So, I mean, I guess theoretically, it means you could actually get moved to live after just $3,000 in profit. But I mean, who makes only $100 every day? So anyway, for the expert plan, payout is eligible every 14 calendar days. Your balance has to be above the buffer. Remember, there is actually no buffer required in the Starter and Starter Plus. Then withdrawal there is also $250. And then again, that move to live is subjective. So those are your plans. That chart that I had up, that compares, I'm going to be posting that here on YouTube in the post section so you can view it. And I'll post some of the other My Funded Futures fact sheets. But I hope this helps. Again, I'll put the links and codes for the deals that are currently running. Right now, the only deal running on any of the above the 5% is they have a 10% off the expert if you pay with Plaid or crypto, not credit card. So that's that. I think that's all we have for today. I hope this helps me. Let me know if you have any other questions about MyFunded Futures. I'll be happy to answer them down below. Leave them in the comments or come to the Discord. Real quickly, I know one of the questions people always ask is about their micro scalping rule. Matt clarified that. You're scared about the micro scalping rule. The only thing he has a problem with is if a majority of your trades on NQ are less, or 5 ticks or less, and last 15 seconds or less, and that's majority of trades. He doesn't care if it happens once, here and there. Majority. So if you're not doing that, you're fine. Other than that, like I said, any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Let me know how you like this video. Again, if you did like this video, appreciate if you gore the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, why haven't you? And come join our Discord. We have so much going on there. YouTube, we live stream every Monday through Friday. Live trading. Instagram and Twitter. Keep things up to date there as well. Thank you for joining me today. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.